Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. And before I get into today's topic or the content of this video, I wanted to set the space, okay? So, we call upon the Guardian families, the Aurora and Christ families that serve the Law of One mission of which we serve. We anchor our space sacred in service to the Law of One and to God. And please direct the four corners to be sealed in the light of unity and wholeness. And let these transmissional codes be in alignment with everyone's avatar, Christ, God Self, in this moment. And now we're going to fortify our 12 dimensional shield. So from the core, pushing out the shield energies, the 12 dimensional shield, the shield energies with the GSF code, I am God, I am sovereign, I am free, to my entire personal boundary and home space. And we fill with the liquid crystal Christ light. And we set the container to make sure this is in alignment with God's infinite light, love, and power, and in divine right order and harmony. Thank you, beloveds. So I have to set the container and the space to make sure that these transmissions of codes are so that they're safe. I have to create the container. I can't just get on here and just talk. I can't do that. So I have to set the container and make sure everything's in alignment. So which your higher self will let you know when something is in alignment or not. So now that I've created space, now I can discuss the topic. So which you should have, like if you see my last video, I talked about being homeless, and I'm here because I'm in the process of embodying my higher spiritual selves, which are translating to having superpowers, and in this now moment in real life, and I'm following the concrete. So I know I said that in the last video. I'm following the concrete. So, like I said, I gotta use my resources on my Starbucks again. So, just move the table and, Anyways, so I'm following the concrete. And this video, I'm gonna talk about this video game called inFamous. Well, it's a video game series about people with superpowers, which is not new. But this particular entry is called inFamous Second Son. Now, it is highly suggested that you watch a game movie on YouTube about this game, because how these videos are gonna work that I'm creating, you're gonna have to have context. And I can't be sitting here explaining everything. You have to have some kind of context. You're gonna have to do some of the work yourself. So I'm going to be referencing a lot of material to Ascension Glossary, Energetic Synthesis, because that's how I got here. And I'm going to be referencing, these different mythologies, because the codes that you need to keep ascending are in the mythology. That's why it's no coincidence why you're guided to certain books, certain movies, certain TV shows, why some of them are your favorite. It's important to study them if you want to learn more about yourself and why you're here. So, inFamous Second Son, right? So, essentially, it's a video game about superpowers, and the main character, Delson Rowe, who's indigenous. He comes from a tribe. He's indigenous, so that's important to note. But he goes around and he collects these superpowers, these different abilities, because his main power is absorption, which is important. His main power is absorption, and these conduits, people with superpowers, they get loose from the military custody after leaving the Department of Unified Protection, which is the branch that the government, the military, created to capture or to detain people with superpowers, right? So they were in their transition and they escaped. And the first dude, his the one that escaped, his power is smoke. So, just to give you like a little bit of context, but please, like, it's suggested that you watch the game movie. Um, if you want to have like extreme context, watch both the evil karma and the good karma, so that you know everything. There's plenty of gameplay videos out there, but anyway. So in this game, you get 4 superpowers. You get smoke, neon, video, and concrete. There's that concrete. So when I was decoding the symbolism, so when I play games or I watch movies, when it's time for me to understand something, I'll just get the download. Like I'll receive the download in that moment. So the download I received about this specific game is that the 4 superpowers, smoke, neon, video, and concrete, they represent the different stages of your superpowers coming into physical embodiment and manifestation. So, and this game is littered with like codes and symbolism that detail the process of you embodying superpowers, and so that they become usable in this physical dimension. It's insane. Like, who put this together? Like, it's crazy. So that's the download I received, and it's really layered and strategic. Like, you really have to know. Like, if it wasn't for the downloads I was receiving, I may not know how to interpret it correctly, because another key thing in this game is that they say 7 years a lot. So this game came out in 2014, and when they say 7 years, the download I received was like, okay, 2014 plus 7, that equals the year 2021. 2021 was the year, or is the year, according to the game, excuse me, and the mythology, that there will be this segment of humans that will start the process of embodying their superpowers in the year 2021. And that's when I noticed that, my superpowers, they started to drill down the dimensions to be anchored into my physical body. So going back to the 4 superpowers, you have smoke, neon, video, and concrete, and these represent the different stages of your superpowers. And I'm at the concrete stage. So this past year, I would say year and a half, I stopped working in August of 2021, but I've been in this process of just embodying my higher dimensional selves, and with that comes superpowers. And I went through smoke, I went through neon, and now I'm at concrete. So the concrete is, smoke represents the first stages of embodying your superpowers into this physical dimension, and concrete represents the final stages to the eventual physical manifestation of your superpowers. And I'm at concrete, but in order for me to continue to embody the concrete, I have to make these videos, because now I'm guided to perform some kind of physical action that's in alignment that will solidify the concrete, will which I will be able to continue the embodiment process. So basically, I hit like a snag where I have to do this. Like, I have to make this action to keep going with the embodiment process. So that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm talking about it. So this video game is really about the process of embodying your superpowers. And concrete, I already knew, like, once I realized that concrete was gonna be my favorite stage, and it is, because it's exciting to know that you're in the final stages. So it's exciting to, the concrete just, it goes in its spaces, and then your superpowers, they go into the concrete. It's interesting. And so and I have to talk about it. I don't know why I need to do this, but I have to see for myself. Like I have to see like, okay, am I perceiving things accurately? Is this really gonna happen? Because Infamous Second Son, this video game, is not the only mythology out there that talks about the process of getting superpowers. There's also the Powerpuff Girls. There's also Frozen, Disney Frozen. There's also The Incredibles, Heroes. Like all these different shows and TVs and movies talk about the process of embodying superpowers. And Peeping Game, which I'm hoping it's in alignment. Like I'm not just being led astray. I don't want to be led astray. I'm just trying to do what I feel is right in this moment. And apparently, I got to make these videos. I got to tell y'all about it, and I have to document this process. So yes, the concrete had led me here. Like in order for me to keep moving in the embodiment process, I have to make these videos because this is what's in alignment with that higher timeline. So that's what this video game is about. Infamous Second Son. It's about the different stages of embodiments of your superpowers, with smoke being the first stages and concrete being the last to eventual physical embodiment and manifestation. Because you got to think of like concrete. You got to think of like the physical body. The physical body, it appears as solid, but it's not solid. And concrete, it's that sort of similar vibrational composition, that density. So, and I never realized until I went through this process of just how many components make up to actually having superpowers. It's different layers of architecture, spiritual body parts. There's so many different components that make up to actually having superpowers. And if you watch The Incredibles 2, the mini episode with Jack Jack and Edna, where she observing him so she can make the suit for him, they have this scene where Jack Jack, he starts building and putting all these pieces together, and that's what you have to do. You have to build your spiritual body. You have to build it to the point of, evolving to the point of having superpowers. And it's not really about having superpowers, it's about your higher spiritual and multidimensional selves being anchored into the physical body. That's what it's about. And for some of us, I guess that just comes with superpowers. So I just hope and pray that, I'm not crazy. At this point, I kind of don't like, I can't really worry about what anybody else thinks, because I'm mainly here I have to see for myself. And I'm here for people that are at this same level, that's getting ready to make the move to the next level. Like, okay, so I'm following the concrete. And 2023, like, and that's another thing, like, I'm being guided to end the video, but 2023 it's that year that everything's gonna change. And if you want me to be honest, decoding this game and its DLC, Infamous First Light, you had the 7 years in Infamous Second Son, and then you had the 2 years earlier. And to me, that was the download that, okay, 2021 plus 2 years, that's 2023. So according to this game, 2023 is the year that we're gonna see the first waves of humanity, those segments, embody superpowers. We're gonna see that in 2023, and a lot of people they're not expecting it. A lot of people don't see that that's getting ready to happen, and I guess I'm just playing my role. I'm just trying to do what I feel like I'm supposed to be doing. I just want to I just want to walk in my purpose, and to do that, I had to embody my spiritual bodies, because with that comes the projects and what you're supposed to be doing. But I am guided to end the video. I just wanted to talk about that a little bit. Like, what does it mean I'm following the concrete? So, we'll see what my next video is. I have an idea, but I just wanted to get this out, just test the waters. And so, thank you, beloveds. We close this space. Let this be in alignment to the avatar God self. And we close this space and we seal it into the light of wholeness and union. And so it is. And thank you for tuning in, okay? Everyone, you know, you have a blessed day and stay safe out there, okay? All right. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.